Hi, how is it going? Let's see. Today we got some Keith Jarrett. I'm gonna go look at some pieces by Keith Jarrett. T455, forgot your first name. Remember you told me the name. Just or you'd rather be T455. Come on, guys, say hi. I want to see who's there. Oh, thank you. This is by Keith Jarrett. Tornado. Hey Evan. Today we got some Keith Jarrett and we're gonna start Hey Royo 3. So yes, today we got some Keith Jarrett and we're gonna start with I'm gonna talk a bit about Keith Jarrett's approach to composition. First of all, he doesn't like to consider himself as a composer. Interesting. He's an improviser. But up until the 80s, the early 80s, he was providing this steady stream, in the words of Pat Metheny, this steady stream of great, great tunes. And we're going to play some of them today. We're going to look into them, some very interesting modulations and fantastic chord progressions. So we're going to start with one of his early composition named Choral. Was composed recently by John Scofield and they were discussing it with Rick Beato in the interview. Now, there's something interesting about Choral, the way Keith Jarrett intended the tune to end and the way it was ended by other people who played it, mainly by the Gary Burton Quartet. So Choral, let's look at it. It's in B flat major, starting from B flat, and starting in a very, very romantic fashion. And suddenly, now Gary Burton got to this point and play a 2-5 to get him back to C minor. It's interesting because in the real book it says just, I believe in the real book it just said ending on F, and then without the directional motion of the 2-5 from the 4, just moving softly back to C. And the tune is not included in any of the Keith Jarrett albums, including his album with Gary Burton, the duo. It is not included there, but I found a live concert. Actually, it's a bootleg recording of a live concert where he plays it very, very freely and very, very beautifully. And as I'm saying, he's never really closing it that in that way. Just getting to the F. But how about this surprising modulation? Okay, so something about composition. So I said that Keith Jarrett wrote somewhere, I remember reading somewhere, I believe it was a book produced by ECM with pieces from various interviews that he gave over the years. And he said about not wanting to consider himself as a composer. And it reminded me of something that one of my old professors used to say. He said that Bach was the greatest musician ever. Bach was the greatest musician ever. And he said that Mozart was the greatest genius ever. And then he said that Beethoven was the greatest composer ever. I thought that was interesting, but I could see what he was talking about Beethoven, specifically his ability and his tendency to work with very, very small pieces of material, of like a seed of something, and then growing a whole universe out of it. That was something that Beethoven was heavily into, and in jazz, this is what Lyle Mays was very much into, more than anybody else, more than Chick Corea, more than Keith Jarrett. And when it comes to Keith Jarrett didn't even want to go in that direction. He was never into doing compositional work on an initial material. For Lyle Mays, this would be this thing, choral, would have been just the beginning of something. But for Keith Jarrett, when I listened to his live concert, what I heard was him, taking this as an initial thought and then building like a whole universe around it, but improvised. So that was something. Let me see my iPad here. Yeah. So yes, Keith Jarrett is an improviser, and he's known for his live concerts where he goes on stage and starts from nothing, making music. And he even says that if he comes on stage with a certain melody, he gets rid of it. He doesn't want to have anything. He just want to, place his hands on the piano. Let's try doing that. I mean, we can all do that and see what happens. Okay. So just letting the hands play without thinking of anything. So that was something. Of course, when you listen to Keith Jarrett, you get like masterpieces of such music. And so he was into improvisation, and later on he dedicated a lot of his time to his standard trio, playing jazz standard. And the reason for that, not necessarily because he wanted to play jazz standards, but mainly because he wanted to deal with material that the whole trio knew very well, so they didn't have to think about the material. All they had to think about is reacting to one another intuitively. Well, maybe the same way he's approaching that live concert of not thinking of anything, just reacting. That was the story of the standard trio. But today, we're talking about composition, so we started with choral, and let's see another one. The next one is a bossa nova that he wrote, titled "So Tender." Let's hear that. I'll try to play it for you guys. It starts from A major. Already beautiful. Let me move this thing here on my screen. Okay. Let's try that again. one of the best bossa nova pieces ever, isn't it? Oh, so hello, Luis Gustavo. Thank you, Gustav. Where are you guys from? Remind me. Gustav Martling. I can hear from here. I can read. I'm hoping. And yes, we got the great Big Tree Hugger. I remember you from last time, I believe. Okay, so these two were like two jazz standards. We got the ballad, with this magic. Ending it not with a 2/5. And then we had this bossa nova, right? What an initial statement, okay? Oh, Vancouver, Canada, fantastic. I mean, listen to this initial statement, starting from A major, okay? Ooh, already somewhere. There. Ending the phrase on a dominant chord makes us want to make us curious about what's going to happen. Now, Edmonton, Canada. Wow. I remember Michael Moore once saying, director Michael Moore saying, the Canadians, they're just like us, only better. Okay, so these two are like, could be played by other musicians as two jazz standards. Now I want to show you, yeah, they're just like us, only better. So let's see some more interesting stuff in terms of modulation. So we have the opening piece from the album Belonging. Is it this chord? Let's see the piano. Hey Tom. Hey Leo. I mean, let's look at this melody. That's the initial statement. Ending it on an octave again. And now activating it by moving a semitone up. Very exciting. He keeps going. So we get these crazy. Let's try and see. As we say, B. Now the most primitive modulation. It's not sophisticated. That's the thing about it. The energy builds up and more. So he's got something like until the dominant. One more time. Amazing stuff. He has another one in Facing You. I think it starts, yeah. Ending it on B. Back to E. He has this this thing of ascending, going up in semitone. Let's see that again. First of all, starting the melody, it's a kind of a cyclic melody because it doesn't start with. There's no tonic here. There's starting from a sus chord, right? This is an E. It's an E7 sus4 with a 9. Guitar players sometimes refer to it as D over E. Right? Going to the 4th degree. This semitone up. Sorry. confusing stuff. So he plays it on his album Facing You. And let's go this is the last tune in the album Facing You, recorded in 1971 during a tour with Miles Davis. Just went to the studio for a few hours and recorded really a groundbreaking album, solo album, Facing You. So here's from the first track of the album, just a little bit, another I mean, what should we call it? Crazy? I mean, back to F. I don't know, for me it sounds, I will play it again, then we talk about what this music is about. Likes these to play augmented chords instead of the major. So, but also the minor 7 chord, instead of like that, he's playing it oh yes. That's the attitude, that was the attitude of ECM in general. I could play this tune for 2 years straight. Let's see, starting from F major. Very like Americana thing. This is fantastic. And then we're moving to B flat from the 4th degree. She's playing it. Then moving to A. So how is he going to get back from this A flat all the way back to the F? He's here. For some reason, he heard this connection from the A flat, also 7 sus. He heard the connection to, and then he starts a motion in the circle of 5th, like that. The miracle here is many composers would have gone somewhere, This was not an improvisation. This is a composition. I believe this was a composition. don't worry, Donato, we still have a lot of music. From this chord, you know what? You know, they say that in the case of composers like Mozart, they would start a symphony in F major and modulate to other keys, and you know, it's a long symphony, so they would stay in the key of A flat or E flat for a long time, but the whole time they don't lose that, they're not losing that connection to that F, to that initial key, to F major, so they know how to get to it. So it requires a great sense of musical navigation, you know, if you will. You know where you are in the tonal field. So he's starting from F major, and then he's going to B flat to the fourth degree of the B flat. Let me show you the piano. You know, the whole time he knows, he has it in the back of his mind. But now he's playing. Now, suddenly he's here. What? Why are you going from B flat to E minor 7? Because he wants to go here and here. You know, I've never heard anything like this. One last time. And at the end, it's a long composition. He's going to another section of really rock piano. You know, only Keith can do that. And then he has another section, and he's going back to this melody. At the very end, he's doing something amazing to get to the final C, the dominant, and get to F. It's in F major. So he's doing this. What a cadence. Look at the bass. But still, it's not really very exciting. It's a melodic thing. But look what happens with the chords here. So he has B, A, B flat with the bass. Yeah, amazing stuff. Facing You, this is the first track in front. Next we're going to talk about another amazing tune titled Prism. and then he had back to the beginning. So we have two parts in this melody. One is in E minor, and then the second part G minor. Very, very effective. I want you to notice it's a bit similar to what we had here. I mean, same concept of here. He's getting to E. He's playing B flat over it. Then a semitone up, and a semitone up. This is B, and D, and then C, but with the bass to D. Have you ever heard, such a cadence? I've never heard anything like that. So. Here we have like a set of 2-5-1s in minor of half diminished. So again. The saddest A minor ever. Well, to improvise on such a tune, what it really requires is to know the tune so well to the point where you could not rely on the left hand. I'm not there as an improviser. I would need a month at least to go over, to be able to some parts are okay, but for example, to do the so from E half diminished to move to C sharp half diminished, I'm going to B minor. So Let's try. So G is going to be a common tone. We have G. So yeah, it's not easy. And this is the stuff that Pat Metheny, you know, Pat Metheny talked about it with Rick Beato, how getting to the point where he's fluent with his improvisation takes a lot of work. And another occasion, I remember him saying that he would sit with a tune like this one for 8 hours straight and trying to illuminate the ins and the outs of the harmony in his own words, more or less. It's not hard. It's not. But I like the way he talked about it. Again, we're talking about Pat Metheny, but it's a very good source. He's a very, very good source for musical wisdom. And he's, the approach is, I'm improvising on it because I love it, and I want to show you the beauty of this specific move from E half diminished to the C sharp. So I'm going to make sure that you hear through the arpeggio, but in a good way, in a melodic way, in an exciting way. But so you're going to hear both the progression itself, but you're also going to sense the stuff that, the personal thing that I'm trying to tell you. It's like I'm telling you, look how beautiful it is. So I'm going to emphasize the important notes that are responsible for this transition. So it takes time for all improvisers. I don't know how long Keith Jarrett practiced this, but then again, he wrote it. There is a phenomenal solo on the album. What is the name of that album? The album with a motorcycle from 1981 with a trio. One of the rarest occasions where the trio is not playing jazz standards. They're playing a long improvisation, and then another one, and then at the end there's this Prism. What's the name of? I'll try to. Maybe you could look it up. Gary Peacock. That's supposed to be Keith Jarrett, 1981, with Gary Peacock and Jack DeJohnette. So maybe one of you could. No problem. Yeah. About saying that great insights. Yeah, I mean, when you try to improvise, these are the types of tips that you're looking for. Why am I improvising? Am I trying to sound, am I just trying to be fluent? Am I just trying to being rhythmically active or interesting, as many improvisers? That Metheny interview is really good. It is, Tom. Yeah, very, very good. We're going to talk about it. And so is improvisation about rhythm? Yeah, everybody is talking about having that rhythmic vocabulary along with the harmonic vocabulary and the melodic vocabulary to have the complete picture. But the thing is, as much as rhythm is important, and it's maybe the most important, we have that harmonic thing, and that takes a lot of work. In Front is by Jarrett is incredible. Yeah, do it, guys. Elliot, yeah. In Front by Keith Jarrett is just fantastic. I mean, maybe it's his best track ever. yeah, I'm going to maybe play some more of it next time. Okay. In the 1980s, I had the privilege to attend a live Keith Jarrett trio concert. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I mean, those were the years where the trio was at its best. Uh, the 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 I'm not sure this, Elliot. I don't think this is an improvisation. I think that was written he had that when he went to the studio. I'm almost sure, along with other tunes, because I've heard at least one of them played um, with another ensemble. This one. I'm not sure. No, forgot it. Tom Which interview with Metheny. It's the Rick Beato. You go to Rick's website. Channel, and it's there. Sometimes I feel harmony is like what you're saying, and rhythm is how you're seeing it. Interesting. Composer. This is nice. A combination. The tried-in version of. Oh yeah. You mean the BD combination with. You're talking about the in front. Yeah, in facing you. So to your question, Elliot, there is a full transcription of facing you, of in front. There is an unofficial Keith Jarrett real book with all types of transcriptions, and this is one of them. It's a bit hard to read it, but it's there. This one I could transcribe by myself, but there are really parts there where the whole solo and all the sections are there. The motorcycle cover is Changes, exactly. Jazz Dude, thank you. Changes. What an album. What an album, Changes. Yeah, that one is Prism. So why don't we dedicate another live stream to Keith Jarrett, or even two more, because there's so much to talk about. I want to go maybe into his way of modulating. I want to talk about stuff that I've heard about his composition process. What else I want to talk about? Just play more tunes. Stuff from the American Quartet, which is amazing. This was in the spirit of the European Quartet. I think what we played today, except at least this one was Prism was written for the European Quartet with Jan Garbarek, the Pavarotti. For me, it's the Pavarotti of saxophone. Really, I mean, the way he plays melodies is just incredible. Let's do more of Keith. It was for 1983. Okay, good. Okay, I thought for some reason 1981. Yeah, I think it was, as far as I know, this was recorded along with the two first standard albums, Standard Volume 1, with All the Things You Are, the... something like that. something like that. Bad timing, but this is yes. So it was recorded during the same sessions of the first two albums, the standards, and then this was recorded. Later on, we hear less of original tunes by Keith Jarrett, but these days we could still hear. There was another very cute one, only this one. This was the sequence Beato mentioned, moving B. You mean chords? Arpeggios. Like that? But anyways, I just wanted to play this. This is a cute tune, not necessarily very sophisticated, but still. Yes, definitely gospel. Yeah. I think it's called Rider. Okay, guys. Thank you for being here. I see 27 likes. That's fantastic. If you forgot to press the like button, I think still YouTube like it. So don't forget, to do the like button. And I'm going to leave this. It's going to be untouched. And if you want to watch it again, or tell a friend or something, so it's possible to watch it again. 55 minutes, and next time we're going to continue with more Keith Jarrett. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for being here. It was really enjoyable, because really great questions. And yeah, don't hesitate to have, next time if you have a question about anything, let me know. It takes the discussion to moves the discussion to some different directions, which is always interesting. Yes, thank you. Thanks, Evan and Tom. Oh, this was fun. Thank you. Thanks, Tom Atwood. Dominic, thank you. We'll have more Keith. We need to. The music is so great. And the more I played it, I realized how great it was. And you can play these tunes forever. It's magic. It's like Mozart. We're going to talk about this special quality of Mozart next time. Okay? So, see you next week. And bye-bye. Have a nice end of the week. Bye-bye. Nice weekend. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Chord. Always interesting, yes. Yes, very interesting. Fantastic musician. He cannot use now his left hand anymore. Just his right hand. He had a pair of strokes that he cannot use his left hand. He said, I read a long interview with him. He was trying to say, I went to the piano and I tried to play Bach fugues with my right hand, but I'm not convinced by it. Yeah. Yeah. Jarrett is a great gift to all of us. Yeah, definitely. Mm. They stole your Jared fun. Yeah, makes total sense. I want this one, you know. Yeah, very sad about Keith right now, but he's still, he's talking. There was a very long interview to the New York Times, and he was describing. He said that he's not about why me, and he's kind of accepting it. What's really hard for him is not being able to play for people anymore. As much as he used to yell at the audience, he still, it was all about the audience. I saw the documentary about him. I started to cry. Was there a documentary about him after the stroke? I didn't see it. Keith. Yeah. I mean, he can write fantastic tunes. He can still do it if he wants to. He's so amazing. Next time, more Keith Jarrett. Okay, thank you guys. See you back.